Take
Good-
one.
Good
Take
morning,
take
class.
one. Hi, Patty. Hi, Larry.
Hi, thank you, Sean. Good morning. So first off, class, we're going to be working on our objective today in math, which is going to be multiplying with regrouping. Okay, so I'm going to pass out a handout. We're going to work together, and then we are going to have individual time where you can work on the problems by yourself. Okay? There you go. Thank you. Okay, so first off, multiplying with regrouping. So the problem we have today is regarding Henry Ford. So in 1914, Henry Ford had streamlined his assembly line to make a Model T Ford car in 93 minutes. That's pretty fast, right? 1914. So how many minutes did it take to make 25 Model T Fords? So can somebody tell me what our problem equation is going to be in this scenario? Yes, Miss Patty.
93 times 25.
Awesome. That is correct. So can somebody tell me what an estimate for this would be? Yes, sir.
Would be 90 times 30.
Very good. Can someone tell me when you'd want to estimate something? Why would you want to have an estimated amount?
When you round up.
When you round up. But what if you went somewhere and you needed to, say you only had a certain amount of money, and you want to determine how many things you can get? When's the time you want to estimate? Yes, sir.
Like if you go to the store and you buy lumber, and you know it costs this much for a piece of lumber, you can estimate how many you're going to get.
Perfect. That's a great estimate. Anybody else have another example? Yes,
How many
Larry.
boxes of tile it takes to cover a floor?
Yes, yes. Okay, I see you guys are going to be big enthusiasts on construction, huh? Okay. What about you, Miss Patty?
Maybe how many eggs you need to make a cake, or
Yeah, so maybe like, or when you go to the grocery store, you'd want to know how much money you have. If you need to buy so much for Thanksgiving dinner, you only have $100 and you got to feed 12 people. You got to figure out how you're going to do that, right? Perfect. Okay, so I want you guys to work on this problem, the multiplying 93 by 25. And once you get your answer, raise your hand and let me know. Everybody came prepared with their pencils, correct?
Yes.
Awesome.
yes, ma'am.
Yes, Sean, what did you get for your answer?
2325.
2325. That's perfect. Did everybody else get that number?
Yes.
Perfect. Great. Now, what about an estimation? Now, this one's really easy if you think about it. Can somebody tell me what 9 times 3 is?
27.
27. Perfect. And we know when we multiply, if we have 2 zeros, we're bringing our 2 zeros over when we multiply. So 27, 9 times 3, would be 2,700 as our estimate because we're bringing our 2 zeros over. So that one's really easy, correct? Perfect. Okay, so the answer to our problem is 2325. So it took 2,325 minutes to make 25 Model Ts. That's our answer. Okay? Everybody flip over. Let's go to the next page. Now this one I'm going to break you guys into groups, and we're going to find different ways to multiply. So we found earlier that we multiplied just straight 25 times 93, and we got the answer just by doing regular multiplication. But there's another way to break things down in groups, and so we do that by our chart here. And we all remember this because we learned this, last year when we were in 3rd grade, even 2nd grade. We break this down, and we use this all the time, whether you realize it or not. So these squares here, and the larger squares represent what, Sean?
100.
100. So each one of these blocks are 100. So if we were to look at this only, what would this represent?
300.
300. Perfect. And our 10s, you can see they're grouped in. If you count all these little bitty blocks, they're 10. So each one of these represent tens, and then we have our little bitty ones, and they're represented as ones, okay? So, we're gonna do something very similar with the next step as we multiply in different ways. So if you look at the form, Patty, she represents 67 times 40, and she comes up with 2680. Sean, on the other hand, he does it a little bit of a different way. So I want you guys to do, let's just do Sean's way, and let's break it down. So if we have 67 times 40 as our problem, how would we break down 67? If we think of this chart here, how would we break down 67? Yes, Larry.
60 times 40.
60 times 40, okay, but what would 60 break down to? Just think of the number 60.
6.
60, and then what is the 7? 7 would just be by itself because that's a 1. It's in the 1 spot, okay? So 60, the 6 is in the 10 spot, and the 7 is in the 1 spot. So we can break 67 down to 60 tens and 7 ones. Okay? So I want you guys to work on Sean's way of doing things to come up with the answer and see if we get the same answer as what Patty did. I'll give you guys a few minutes. Larry must have been working ahead. Okay, Larry, what did you get for your answer?
2,680.
Awesome. And if Patty were to work this out, 67 times 40 her way, what number did she come up with?
2,680.
So we just found that Larry and Patty, or Sean, in this analogy on our paper, they came up with the same answer, but yet they broke it down in different ways, correct? Perfect. So I'm going to give you guys the rest of class to work on the remaining part of the worksheet. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, but I want you to work on this independently. And let me know, of course, if you have any questions. Does anyone have any questions now?
Oh, man.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much.